G'day, I'm Goose, and welcome to Spawn Point Scoop. On this week's episode, it's non-stop Nintendo news with a new console, new rumours, and more. Plus, I get Bajo and Rad in for a quick chat about movies and video games. Never been a good mix, really. Kinda like sardines and custard. Might taste nice, actually, never tried it. I mean, if you drizzled the custard, maybe it would taste a little better. Anyway, let's kick things off with the news. Wait, no. Nintendo has revealed a brand new version of their handheld 2DS console. Dubbed the new 2DS XL, it essentially takes the current new 3DS XL design, but removes the 3D feature, which is great for younger spawnlings who are advised to avoid staring at the 3D effect, and those that just don't like the 3D. It will be coming to Australia in June, while America will have to wait till July. Finally, we get something first! For 4 weeks. And next up, gaming website Kotaku is reporting that there's apparently a Mario and Rabbids crossover game in the works, and it's coming to Switch! Wah! It's my Rabbids impression. While Kotaku didn't publish any proof from their sources, they did share some juicy facts, or rumoured facts. The title will be a role-playing game developed by Ubisoft, and it will be called Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. It will reportedly feature turn-based combat, 2-player co-op, and of course, a goofy sense of humour. There will also be 8 playable characters, including Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Yoshi, and also 4 Rabbids dressed as each of them. Cute! Hopefully we'll learn more at this year's Electronic Entertainment Expo in June. And finally, Nintendo developer Genyo Takeda will be retiring from the company after 45 years. While you may not recognize his name, Takeda is arguably one of the most influential people in the history of gaming. To list a few of his accomplishments, Nintendo credits him as being their first ever video game designer for creating the horse racing arcade machine EVR Race. He's also responsible for designing the analog stick on the Nintendo 64 controller, a feature which has been included on almost every other game controller since. Thanks for all the hard work, Takeda-san. We raise our thumbsticks to you. And that's it for the news. Time to talk movies and games with Bajo and Rad. Oh, they're down there again. I'll try and leave gracefully this time. We're back at the Scoop Round Table, and I'm joined as usual by Rad and Bajo. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
Hello. Now, later in the week, we're reviewing Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale series, and it got me thinking about video games and movies and their relationship, because there used to be a lot of those games, but there's not as many anymore. And why do you think that is, Bajo?
Yeah, you're right, Goose. There used to be heaps. Well, I think a lot of it is because games take a long time to make, but movie games, they were really rushed, you know? They would often make those in sometimes just 6 months, whereas regular games would take years, 4, 5 years. And when they're rushed, they're often not very good, and then people don't buy them.
There were some that really felt like they just quickly changed a game or an old engine.
Done. I'll meet you in the combat arena.
And they're like, quick, get it out in the shelf so people buy it.
Reskinned it with the faces of the movie people.
Yeah, they just wanted people to go and buy something after they walked out of a movie, which in the end didn't feel great to play, did it? There were some shockers back in the day. You get the best of both worlds. There have been some good ones though.
Yeah, well, I mean, the great thing about movie video games is that you get to spend more time in this world that you've just seen and enjoyed, and you just want more of it.
Yeah.
And you can get that in the game. But I do definitely think that they work best when it's just a small part of that game, not playing through the movie. So for example, like playing Quidditch in the Harry Potter games.
Oh yeah.
Or pod racing from Star Wars.
Pod racing was amazing.
Yeah.
So fun.
Because you walk out of the film and you see the pods and you're like, I want to do that.
Yeah, that game was better than the movie. It's a new In fact, another example of that was this little hamster movie called G-Force, where the movie was pretty average, but the game was really cool. It's like this third-person kind of puzzle shooting game.
Did you play as a hamster?
You did play as a hamster.
Sounds great.
It was adorable.
Greetings, Darwin.
Speckles. What?
Another one I really liked was Cars 2. The film was a bit silly, but the game was a kart racer, kind of like Mario Kart, and you had all these great characters, you had weapons, you could fire out backwards. Oh, it was awesome, I loved it.
Great example of great film and great game was the Hercules game.
Oh, wow.
It was this great like little kind of platformer, and you did some combat, and you trained up as Hercules, and Phil was there. It was great fun.
PlayStation 1?
Yes,
That's going
PlayStation
back.
1.
That is going back.
Back in my youth.
Well, I think another huge series we're forgetting about is the Lego series.
Yes.
Did a great job of telling all these films through video games because they had so much license to play with them.
Yeah, Yeah, they added their own brand of humor into them, and a lot of the time they would condense like a trilogy of films into one game, and that kind of kept it snappy.
I'm going on an adventure!
There was a lot to work with. You had all the Star Wars films, all the Hobbit films, and all the Harry Potter films as well.
Plus, you got to spend time in like certain areas a little bit longer. So they'd follow the story of the film and you'd relive all those wonderful moments. And then you get to spend, you know, a bit more time in this part of the film that you love, doing puzzles and exploring things. Great stuff.
Oh, and that Lego sense of humor, all that slapstick and bumbling, it was great fun. They got really wacky near the end.
Yeah, I really liked Lego Dimensions as well, the way that it brought a bunch of different movies into the same game. And you could play the characters from one movie in a scene of another movie, and it was mental.
Crossing cannons!
Ah!
No, I don't like it. Just stick to the one universe.
Well,
No,
then they
mix
made
it out.
Lego the movie the game as well. So I think they've kind of earned the right to make a pretty wacky game because they've done so well with all the other movies.
It was a game based on a movie that was based on a toy.
Yeah.
I think I got it, but just in case, tell me the whole thing again, I wasn't listening.
But guys, what do you think the future of video games based on movies is?
Well, I think the days of the game following the movie storyline are long gone because the more successful ones are the ones that do their own thing in the same universe. So that's what we're gonna get, right?
I definitely think that Telltale are onto something. It's all about using that universe that you know and love, but telling your own story in it, using the characters in a different way. And, you know, I think that's exciting.
Oh, well, we can find out more about Guardians of the Galaxy when we review it later this week. But for now, thanks for joining me, guys.
Oh, thanks for having us, Goose.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Anytime.
Anytime, all the time.
No, just some of the time.
That's my cup.
Thanks for the chat, guys. Well, that's almost it for this week, but before we go, let's have a quick look at some of the art we've received. And we have this adorable picture of an Umbreon from 7-year-old Alma.
Remember, if you've created some video game art like Alma here, you can send it to us via email or snail mail to this address. As for what I think of this drawing,
it's unbelievably cute. Straight on the wall. Bam! Oh, that's different. Well, that's the scoop for this week. Until next time, Goose out. Let me try something. Oh, paper, scissors, rock. 1, 2, 3. Ah, scissors! Should have gone with rock. Makes me wonder about things. Wait, is this my hand?